Hello, everybody. Welcome to our CakeFu Master Series. I'm Amelia Carbine, your host with CakeFu. We are really excited today. We have Heap with us. She is an extremely talented cake decorator. She has done a lot of, the cake challenges and things like that. She's got a lot of accolades, I guess you could say. And she's really made a really good name for herself. She has her shop, The Pink Cake Box. And we're just really, really excited to have you here today, Anne.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here.
Awesome. Okay, well, let's start with a little bit about you and talk about where you came from, how you got into cakes, and all that kind of stuff. So,
okay.
So you started baking. Your mom started teaching you how to bake when you were young.
I was a little kid. Yep.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And so, did she teach you mostly cakes? Was she a cake decorator?
No. I think that we made birthday cakes and that kind of stuff, and we always made cookies, especially at Christmas time. And I think it was just something I like to eat them, and so I just got really into it. And I mean, from the time I was probably 5 or 6, we baked a lot, probably once or twice a week. And I had no plans for that being my future by any stretch of the imagination. I went to college, to Boston College. I was pre-med first. Then I changed over to English. I graduated with a degree in English with a concentration in creative writing. I went to advertising after college, and I basically still had this passion and started selling stuff on the side and basically quit my job. This short story is I quit my job and went to the French Culinary Institute for pastry arts. And while I was there, I sort of discovered cake, and I got an internship with Ron Ben Israel Cakes, and I really fell in love with cakes at that point and knew that was sort of going to be my ultimate destination.
Awesome. Were you and Jesse married at that point, or was this something?
So we actually got engaged while I was in pastry school.
Fun.
Yeah, he actually proposed after I got home. One day from pastry school, it was July, and I don't know what I was thinking, but we made ice cream that day, and I brought it home from the city, and it was melted all over my hands.
Oh, no.
He tried to stick the ring on my finger, and I was like, I want this sticky icing on. So we got married, and he's in IT, so he actually started my website for me in 2005. And he was sort of the impetus for having a dynamic site with changing photos. And at the time, I don't think there was too many cake websites out there that had kind of rotating pictures on their blog. And he was really excited about it, and it really has helped our business a lot.
It is nice to have a technical guy, someone that really knows how to work a computer.
Yes.
Or if you know how to work a computer, that's really
It's really I know how to work it, but not the way he does.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. I've had to learn a few things.
Yeah,
running the website.
You seem very savvy.
I try.
Yeah.
Sometimes I screw it up, but I do the best I can. Yep. All right. So you want to talk about your Food Network challenges and TLC and that kind of thing? Sure.
So I've been on 3 Food Network challenges. 2 of them were sort of when I first started. The first one I ever did was a disaster. And as sort of they would progress, I got better. And then I did 2 Ultimate Cake Off challenges, and we won the Legoland challenge. That was a really fun one. We built this 7.5 foot tall cake that spun, each Lego piece kind of spun in different directions. We had a water slide. It was very, very intense cake, but it was a very fun experience.
I remember that one. That one was really, really cool. So which one was your first one that was the disaster?
My first one was what was it called? Battle of the Brides. It was we weren't allowed to bring our own assistant, so they paired us each with a bride, and we had to make their dream wedding cake. And of course, I had this plan of this white pretty wedding cake, and they put me with this rocker girl who wanted this guitar cake with all these bright colors, and very naively I agreed to kind of change my entire design and try to do this for her in 8 hours. And I was so out of my element.
That's a tough thing to do.
Yeah, it wasn't a good scene, but I learned a lot from it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that's really fun that you've been able to have those experiences.
It is fun. A lot of people ask me about them and say, "Is it really do you really have to do it in 8 hours?" Yeah, you do, and it's it's not real life, so it's kind of it's the one nice thing is that I would be mortified if that was a customer I had to make that for, because you worry about what would happen in 8 hours, but they throw so many weird elements at you that it's ridiculous, but kind of fun at the same time.
Yeah, yeah. You know, I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, the cake shows make people think that you can get a cake thrown out together in in 8 hours." And
right.
people call me last minute, "Where's my cake?"
Right. I mean, because the structures alone take like multiple hours to build. So
exactly. Well, I know, when I did I only did Ultimate Cake Off, but when I did that, it took, we were last minute. I guess the backup crew.
Okay.
And so it took days to just even figure out what the structure was going to be, let alone getting it all pulled together and supplies and all of that. So
getting it out there, and it's
and if you're doing a more extreme cake, that could take months.
Definitely.
Worked out.
Definitely. While you're trying to run a business on the side,
Exactly. Oh, yeah.
But that's what makes it fun, I guess.
Yep. So, and it says on here that you are on the board for Icing Smiles. That is just the coolest thing.
Yeah, it's a great organization.
How did you get involved in that?
I don't even know how we got involved in the beginning. I think we heard about Tracy and sort of the organization. I think maybe we reached out to her and said we wanted to participate in just sort of, doing cakes for kids that, needed it. And Jesse sort of got involved and has been helping a little bit here and there with sort of the technology aspect of it. Unfortunately, he hasn't been able to give as much time as he wants. He's so busy with work and helping me, but we try to sort of tag team and help out as much as we can with it.
That's great. Icing Smiles is a really great organization.
It is.
Yeah, it's
very impressive. We're, I hope that we can sort of help raise more funds and everything to help them really get the outreach that they need.
Yeah, definitely. If you can be a part of Icing Smiles, you should, because it's really great. It is.
Definitely.
All right, and so now you have recently come out with your Pink Cake Box U, which is your educational side of things. So you've been mostly, all about the cakes, and now you're, reaching out into the learning and teaching side of things.
We're branching out a little bit. I've done, classes here at the shop, but not as many as we started recently doing. There's been a huge demand for it, so we sort of increased our class offerings. We sort of concentrate more in the winter months, just we're slower here, but we will be offering a few throughout the spring and summer as well. And we also launched 2 DVDs recently, Cake 101 and 102, which are sort of great basic tools for if you want to learn how to ice your cake in a way that gets really straight, clean lines, and fondant your cake. Also the same with straight, clean lines. We get a lot of emails we get are just kind of say, like, how do you get your cake so straight or so perfect or so clean? So we figured that was sort of a good first step for people, because without that, you can decorate the cake beautifully, but if it's not nice underneath, then, you don't get the same result. So that's been going very well. And we're trying to put up a lot of sort of free content also, little short tutorials on things just to give people little tips and tricks from Heap Cake Box and sort of take a little bird's eye view of what we do in our shop.
Oh, that's fun. That's really cool.
Yeah.
All right. And you have come out with, this is really kind of pretty cool, that you've teamed up with CakeFu a little bit, and you're doing you've got a video that has just come out, or a class, I guess, it's just come out through CakeFu.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the name of that?
It's Cake Toppers Figure Modeling. It's funny that I can't remember saying, because I have to say it so many times when we were taping that I'm stumbling over now. So we're doing sort of basic gum paste figures, nothing crazy detailed, but sort of more so people get an understanding of structurally how to create the figures, from a lying baby, a sleeping baby, to a sitting figure, to a pregnant woman, and then finally we do a standing person. So it sort of runs the gamut of
structure.
Positions.
Yeah, that's really great, because I think that a lot of people can put together a little figure, but how do you structure it so it's not going to fall apart?
Right.
So that's really important. So that would be a really
very
good
important.
class.
Yeah, it is.